All right, now we're going to be essentially crossing over to two of our colleagues on the ground. We have Akash Sharma, who is joining us live from a Rohingya colony in Bakarwala. We also have Arvind, who's joining us live from New Delhi. Akash, I want to come over to you first. Essentially, you are in the Rohingya colony in Bakarwala. Have you been able to speak to anybody? And can you tell us about what they're saying?
So, Aisha, first of all, a bit clarification. This is not the Rohingya colony. So, this is the place this is the place where the original proposal is that Rohingyas would be shifted to this particular place, because this is the place where we have EWS categories flat that were constructed under Jawaharlal Nehru Rural Renewable Mission. And if I can show you the visuals, these are those 240 EWS flats where actually the whole controversy started about. And, yesterday we saw how initially Hadipuri tweeted about the shifting all the Rohingyas from the places that they are living in to this particular place. And let me tell you that this particular these particular flats have been constructed by DUSIV, which is a Delhi government body, and then these flats have been transferred to NDMC, which is a council. So at this point in time, this whole controversy, as I mentioned, started with the tweet of Hardipuri, but later it was clarified by Ministry of Home Affairs that there is no such plan, as to they are not planning to shift Rohingyas from the places where they are living, for example, in Kalindi Kunj and in Sarai Rohila, to this particular place. But instead, Delhi government had a proposal of shifting those people from those places to this place. And this is where we saw a war of words between Aam Aadmi Party and BJP, where both the parties alleged that just because of the vote bank politics, just because of the appeasement politics, the other party is trying to rehabilitate those who are actually a security threat to this particular place, to this particular country and the capital as well. At this point in time, let me show you, these are the 240 flats, and this is not the only place. Bakarwala is not the only place where these flats were constructed. At that time at Baprola and at several other places, these flats were constructed, and these were basically constructed for all those who were living in jhuggis. But at this point in time, we have a discussion where BJP is saying that initially Aam Aadmi Party government has proposed that now Rohingyas would be shifted to this particular place. However, Aam Aadmi Party on the other hand is saying that LG has basically bifurcated the elected government and has, directed the secretary to sign that particular document where it was written that now these people will be shifted to these flats. However, we have a different angle where, locals from this particular place, Bakarwala, are saying that they won't be allowing government to, rehabilitate Rohingyas because it would be a security threat for them as well. So at this point in time, we are seeing a war of words between parties, but on the other hand, we are looking for the development where we are actually waiting as to what was the actual plan, what was the original plan, and talking about the governments, Aam Aadmi Party government and Union government, who actually wanted Rohingyas to be shifted at this particular place. Aisha.
All right, Akash, now stay with us, because I also want to cross over to our colleague on the ground in New Delhi, Arun. Arun, we listened to what Akash had to say about the situation and about the confusion when it comes to Rohingyas between the Delhi government and the centre. Essentially, can you also give us clarity on why Rohingyas are such a concern?
Well, see, yesterday the entire confusion started with Hardeep Puri's tweet, which came in the morning, and where he was talking about that they will be settling the Rohingyas in Bakarwala, which is in the outer Delhi. And within few hours we had seen a clarification coming from the Home Ministry, because remember, Union Home Minister Amit Shah, and in fact BJP has been making this thing very clear from past 2 to 3 years that they will not allow the Rohingyas to settle in this country. Remember Amit Shah's speech in 2019 in Lok Sabha, where he very categorically said that his government will ensure that no Rohingya will be able to settle in the country and they will be deported to their countries. Now, what has happened so far? Why these things have reached to this far? Because BJP is saying that the appeasement politics of Aam Aadmi Party is something which is responsible for what is happening here in the national capital. And on the other hand, Aam Aadmi Party is blaming BJP that they wanted, secretly to allot or to, settle the Rohingyas here in the country. Now, the meeting, the letter which has come in the public domain about the meeting which happened on 29th of July last month, which was chaired by the Chief Secretary of Delhi, Naresh Kumar. Now, what Aam Aadmi Party is saying that there was nobody from the government side present in the meeting. The officials of the LG office and the Chief Secretary and other officials of Delhi Police were present. They were not kept in loop, and therefore LG was bypassing the decisions of the Delhi government. They were not in loop, and it is a well thought out strategy of the BJP to settle these Rohingyas here. On the other hand, BJP is asking questions that their officials, their ministry, had written letter to the New Delhi Municipal Council to provide these flats to the Rohingyas. Now, even in that letter, what now Aam Aadmi Party is saying is that the letter is in response from the FRRO, which is the Foreigners Regional Registered Office. They had written to them to settle these Rohingyas, and therefore they had written that letter to New Delhi Municipal Council. So at this moment, what is happening, that both the political parties, Aam Aadmi Party and BJP, are blaming each other. But at the end of the day, what is going to happen, nobody knows. Aam Aadmi Party is saying that they will not allow Rohingyas to settle in the country. BJP is trying to settle them secretly in the country so that they can enhance their vote bank and also send a message to the international community. BJP has a very similar argument that it is Aam Aadmi Party, because when the government asked the Aam Aadmi Party to provide the details of the detention center and make that detention center where Rohingyas are put in at this moment, they have not given any information to government on this regard, and they have not notified any detention centers for the Rohingyas. So this politics is heating at this moment. What is going to happen next, we do not know at this moment. Both the parties have made it very clear that they will not allow Rohingyas to settle in the country.
All right, Arun and Akash, thank you so much for giving us all of those details and for giving us a comprehensive view on the situation. For right now, let's listen in to a VHP reaction coming in on the story.
We have seen the statement of Shri Hardeep Puri calling the Rohingyas as refugees and declaring that they would be given EWS flats of the DDA in Bakarwala, Delhi. The statement made by the Union Home Minister Shri Amit Shah in Parliament on 10th of December 2020, declaring and promising to the country that Rohingyas will never be accepted in India. The Government of India, in its affidavit given to the Supreme Court, has said that Rohingyas are not refugees but they are infiltrators. We would request the Government of India to reconsider its decision